Good afternoon, ma'am. We are Group 3 from the Stream 3A, and we are going to report about indeterminate sentence law according to Republic Act number 4103.
Good afternoon, Ms. Canyo. I am Francis Duba, and this is my report in indeterminate sentence law or Pakistan. So the indeterminate sentence law or the Republic Act number 4103 was established as a system of 4 indeterminate sentences and parole for certain convicted individuals. So the key section is section 1, the court must impose an indeterminate sentence setting a maximum penalty per the revised penal code and a minimum within the next lower range as amended by Act number 4225. Number 2, the section 2 is about exclusions applied to severe offenses, example, treason, piracy, habitual delinquents, and those with shorter sentence as amended by Act number 4225. Section 3 was a board of pardons and parole is established to oversee parole eligibility requiring members with diverse background as amended also by Republic Act 4273. Section 4 is the board can formulate rules and call for assistance from governmental department. Section 5 is that the board evaluates prisoners for parole eligibility based on behavior, training, and societal compatibility. Section 6 is paroled prisoner must report to designated officials and demonstrated law-abiding behavior for final release. Section 7 was parole orders are filed with the relevant judiciary authority. Section 8 is the violation of parole condition may lead to arrest and completion of the original sentence as amended by Act number 4225. Section 9, the Act does not limit the Governor General's power. And the last one is Section 10, paroled prisoners can access specific benefits as outlined in the revised administrative code. So the indeterminate sentence law and its purpose. An indeterminate sentence consists of a minimum and maximum terms set by the court for a guilty individual who is not disqualified. So an indeterminate consists of minimum kag sa maximum term na ginaset sa court for guilty individual na hindi disqualified. It applies to violations of revised penal codes and special laws. So, gina-apply mo sa mga violators sa revised penal code and sa mga special laws. Its purpose is to rehabilitate offenders while minimizing unnecessary deprivation of liberty. So, ang iyan nga purpose is para ma-rehabilitate ang offenders nga ma-minimize ang mga unnecessary lang deprivation sa kalayaan sa mga convicted persons. The sentence can be shortened based on the prisoner's behavior and records determined by a parole board which oversees the. So, ang sentence sa isang prisoner is pwede sa ma-shorten para pamagi sa iyang behaviors like sa iyang GCTA lang, good conduct, time allowance.
So, to continue the report of RA 4103, it is the origin and development of indeterminate sentence. So, kung topic is kung dinidbahalin ang indeterminate sentence. So, the indeterminate sentence originated to protect society from offenders and has historical roots in various legal codes since the Middle Ages. It was formally established in the 18th and 19th centuries in several European laws, focusing on rehabilitation rather than fixed punishment. This sentencing model has seen resurgence in criminal law in various countries in the 20th century, including Norway, New Zealand, and England. So, ang indeterminate sentence law is focus sa rehabilitation rather than punishment. It means nga i-rehabilitate ka, instead i-rehabilitate ka, hindi ka pag-i-punish. Next, please. In the Philippines, indeterminate sentences and parole were introduced on December 5, 1933 via Republic Act number 4103, aimed at providing a framework for indeterminate sentences for certain crimes along with the establishment of a board of indeterminate sentence, except for minor amendments, the original provision remains intact. So, ang indeterminate sentence law is hindi cover ang mga punishment sa juvenile. So, distinction between an indeterminate sentence from a determinate sentence. An indeterminate sentence is a sentence imposed for a crime that is not given indefinite duration. The prison term does not state a specific period of time or release date, but just a range of time such as 5 to 10 years. On the other hand, ang determinate sentence is a sentence of confinement for a specific or minimum period classified by statute. The period picked by the statute is not negotiable. A convicted person could serve more than the determinate sentence but not less. Actual limits of determinate sentence are determined at the time sentence imposed. Objectives of the indeterminate sentence law. So, ang indeterminate sentence, amuli siya amula ni sa 5 to 10 years lang nang wala ginahambal wala ang specific nga time some release of date kag ang range of time wala sila nga amo gini dapat o may may range lang sila like 5 to 10 years. Sa ang determinate sentence naman niya is gina-specify ginila kung pila ka years kung saan ka pwede i-release. So, this is the objectives of the law. Number 1 is to avoid prolonged imprisonment of convicts resulting in economic wastefulness. So, ang indeterminate sentence law is butang para sa mga prisoner bala nga hindi sila magrawig. Like makaobra sila ang economic magtaas man kaysa magnubo. To the Congress, the jails we have in the convicts serve their sentences outside the person of prison. Siyempre, kaya ang aton nga mga jail nang overpopulation. So, siyempre, ang ilang penalty punishment sagwa na lang nila imuon. To save the government of the expenses necessary to maintain these prisoners in confinement. Siyempre, kaya ang aton nga, ang naging bago nga ang government is kulang man sa budget. Kag siyempre, ang mga prisoner dito niya sagwa, ng ilang punishment. So, to promote reformation of the prisoner by having him under the supervision of parang. So, kung dito sila tawag na ma-reform, pag ma-reform sa sagwa, siyempre, dapat i-supervise man sila sa parol.
Good afternoon, ma'am, and may group that I will go into with this report of Magduran. Officers, or instances when indeterminate sentence law is not applicable. It is a basic law that application of indeterminate sentence law is mandatory except only in the following cases. Ang indeterminate sentence law is mandatory sa applicable na sa mga tapos nang amon sa ang indeterminate law, example minimum, maximum. Tapos ang amon ng mga scenario or instances, hindi na ay mandatory or hindi required ang indeterminate sentence law ay fixed ang sentence nga sa diri nga mga First is persons convicted of offenses punished by death or life imprisonment. Example, kung nakakita na kung ang sentensya sa judge mo is death or life imprisonment, hindi ka applicable sa indeterminate sentence law. Next is those convicted of treason under Article 114 RPC, conspiracy or proposal to commit treason, Article 115 or under RPC. Number 3 is those convicted of misprision of treason under Article 116 RPC and rebellion under Article 134 RPC. Sedition, Article 139 under ng Republic Act or espionage, Article 117 RPC. Number 4, those convicted of piracy under Article 132 RPC. Next, distinction between next is number 5, those who are habitual delinquent under Article 62, Paragraph 5 RPC. Number 6, those who escape from confinement or those who are pre sentenced. Number 7, those who violated the terms of conditional pardon granted to them by the Chief Executive. Number 8, those whose maximum period of imprisonment does not exceed 1 year. Number 9, those who are already serving final judgment upon the arrival of the approval of the indeterminate sentence law ng December 5, 2003, and those sentenced to desterro or suspension. Next is the factors considered in granting parol to an offender with an indeterminate sentence. Matulingon ang mga instances nga ang mga qualification para mag-grant sa sa parol sa isa ka accused person or sa ang iyang sentence is under indeterminate sentence. First is the original recommendation of the sentencing judge and prosecutor based sa severity sa crime nga nimo sang isa ka person ang judge nila ma-base kung paano yan, kung i-recommend niya bala ang accused nga, ang person nga muna sa parol. Number 2 is the length of time an offender has served on the conviction to date. Means na dapat na-serve yun ang minimum sa iyang sentence ang kaysa mga qualified sa amo ni Pero obvious ka na-serve yun na ang minimum, magrantal sa parol, kagipagwa sa, tapos nangahay mo sa not offense, ang ibalik ka sa prisuhan, pero ang time na nagamit ka sa gwa, nang masulit ang sentensya. Ang wala sa prisuhan yung time nga, na sa unulwan. Number 3, in aggravating or mitigating factors or circumstances related to the crime of conviction. Dili naman pwede mapadako o mapagamay ang iyang crime ng kabisi sa andis magrantarol. Example na mo sa aggravating circumstances na mo siya crime nga hindi sa magrantarol. Pero kung may mitigating sa pwede mapanubo, dako ang possibility yung magrantarol sa parol. Number 5, all available information from the victim or the victim's family to include comment on the impact of the crime, concerns about the offender's potential release, and the request for permission if the offender is released. Number 6, participation in or refusal to participate in available programs or resources designed to assist an offender in reducing the risk of reoffense. Participation in or refusal to participate ng musingon, mga rehabilitation program, mga Bible study sa prisuhan, mga isa ka participate or hindi ka participate sa, pwede na isa sa qualification na basihan sang judge or sang prosecutor nga sa qualified sa parol. Next, the risk to public safety. The risk to public safety, ang motilingon, if grantal yun madri based ang ang judge or prosecutor, if grantal nila sa parol, ang amunang person, blayan ng risk, may possibility lamang ang makakomit sa luwat ng crime, or may possibility nga ay or nagbagpo lagi sa pwede lagi sa society liwat. Number 8, serious and repetitive disciplinary infraction during incarceration. Ang mga isa ang mga sa sulod prisuhan, bigay mo pa sa mga mga kalainan or mga illegal activities. Number 9, evidence of an inmate's continuing intent or possibility to engage in illegal activity. Example, victim harassment, criminal conduct while incarcerated, use of illegal substance sa prisuhan. Number 10, statement or declaration with the offender that he or she intend to comply with condition of parole. Nang pwede sa mga pagkulang mga na-open mga recidivist lang mga individuals. Dire ang mga statement, ang kondisyon nila, example ng weekly dapat ma-report sila or within ng parol kondisyon dapat hindi sila mag-put in contact sa victim, dapat wala sila pagkita sa victim or pabatsyag lang or nagpahog, hindi na pwede kay pwede na ma-disqualified ang ilang kondisyon ng balik sa kasuhan. Pwede man na example lang dapat hindi na sila mag-process sa mga weapons alam na sa kondisyon sa parol. Number 11, evidence that an inmate present a substantial danger to the community if released. Evidence that dapat ang person ng pwede na sa disqualified sa kung may mga ebidensya na nakapta ng parole board or ang prosecutor na maka-disqualified sa amo ng inmate para makagantal sa parole.
So, good afternoon, ma'am. So, today I will be reporting the rules in determining the maximum and minimum term of the indeterminate sentence. So, number 1, if the crime is violation of the RTC, maximum term arrived by taking into the account the attendant circumstances according to the Article 64 of the revised penal code. So, kumbaga, ang judge, ginaano yan, doon na lang kung may circumstances, kung may mitigating or aggravating circumstances sa isang crime na base sa Article 64 of the revised penal code. Tapos, doon lang sa base kung maximum, medium, or minimum ang yan yung na penalty. sa minimum term that limiting the range of the penalty is lower by the 1 degree than the imposable penalty for the crime committed. So for example, ang penalty sa tao is prison mayor, manubo sa 1 degree, so sumimo sa piso correctional. Next. Number 2, if the crime is violation of special law without adopting the nomenclature of penalties under the revised penal code, both the minimum and maximum time to be fixed by the court within the range prescribed by the special law. So kung special law naman dapat mag-base nila sa penalty sa RPC, dapat pa-base sa special law. May maximum term na higher than the maximum period of the penalty fixed by the law. So kumbaga kung maximum na dapat, is dapat magtaas sa maximum. Kaya fixed sa special law. Same lang sa minimum term. Kung minimum term, dapat sa magtulog sa minimum term, kaya nakapix sa special law. Number 3, if the crime committed is a complex felony in complex crimes, the penalty imposable is always the penalty for the labor of excess to be imposed in its maximum period, regardless of the presence of any mitigating or aggravating offenses. So kung nakamit naman ng tao is 2 or more naman niya ang crime yung nakamit, always yung labor offense ang na-impose niya. So kumagamang sino ang ginakal siya ang penalty. Kasi may mga mitigating or aggravating offenses. That's all.
So let's proceed for continuation is for application of the determinate sentence law in complex crimes where there are mitigating circumstances. So there are 2 rules to take note for this. One is the Guillermo rule, and second one is the Gonzalez rule. So let's proceed first to the Guillermo rule. So the rule provides that the basis for going down by 1 degree is if the penalty is special mayor maximum 1 degree or degree lower is special mayor medium. Hence, based on indeterminate sentence law, the duration is special mayor minimum to medium. So dili, sa Guillermo rule, na provide na dili is ang na penalty ganubo sa 1 degree lang for the application for the Guillermo rule. If for example, kung ako special mayor maximum, so manubo siya sa degree lower is special mayor to medium. So number 2 is the Gonzalez rule. So the rule also provides that the basis of going down by 1 degree is to go down 1 whole degree. In the same example above, 1 degree lower now is now mission correctional. The duration based on the determinate sentence law is arresto mayor mission correctional. So ang diriya sa the Gonzalez rule, ang diriya yung kinamitigate niya, yes, both sila ng mitigating circumstances, kung meron yung mitigating circumstances, ng kaso ang dili ang pinalain nila luwa, ang si Guillermo rule is 1 degree lang yan ang ginanubo niya. Ang si Gonzalez is the whole degree of the penalty. So, sa dili, ang example na dili, if mag-going down sa degree niya, sa whole degree, in the example of present ka sa dili, ang dili niya 1 degree. So, note lang, according to the Supreme Court, our Supreme Court, no, sa the rule that we are adopting now is the Guillermo rule. No, galubo ang sa kasistensya, sentencing sa sa suspect or 1 degree lang din. Kung siya ma-apply lang na siya for minimum or penalty. So let's proceed to the 4 steps on how to fix the determinate sentence. So first one, determine the crime committed and the penalty imposed by the revised penal code or special law. So dapat, we need to determine if you are kung ikaw sa sentensya, dapat i-determine dapat kung ano na ang iyang penalty. Ito sa minimum lang or maximum. So, second, fix the proper degree by determining if Article 64 paragraph 5, 2 or more mitigating and no aggravating. Article 68, minority, and Article 69, incomplete self-defense under the revised penal code are present. Lower the penalty by degree or degrees. So, dire, once na-determine mo na, so, dapat i-fix mo naman ang proper nga kung paano ang process para sa siyempre na-determine mo ng iyang penalty. So, mapa-go ka na tayo sa na mamitigate kung wala na siya aggravating. So, for the minority na siya sa article. So, number 3, fix the minimum penalty by lowering the penalty by 1 degree from the penalty impossible or from the proper degree. If step number 2 is applicable, this is the basis of the minimum without reference to any particular period. So, dapat, dili, kinafix niya ang proper na process. Na dili naman, fix naman ang minimum, kinafix niya naman ang minimum sa penalty isang isa ka offender. In 1 degree lang siya dapat from penalty impossible sa mga proper nga same lang sa step 2. So, number 4, for the last, fix the maximum period by going 1 degree higher from the minimum and look for remaining mitigating or aggravating circumstance, if any. Apply the rules on offsetting in Article 64 of the revised penal code, Paredes and Ortega lecture fusion, Criminal Law Review 2008. So, sandali, kung pag-fix mo sa maximum period, let's go back na naman sa dili kay step 2. No? Kay ginapan, before mo rin ma-fix ang maximum period of ang mo rin dapat na-check mo tanay at dili sa mga pa-process mo naman kung paano mo mitigate sa mga ng penalty. So,
good afternoon, ma'am. So, this is my assigned topic, which is outline of the rules and provision of law as basis for the fixing of indeterminate sentence. So, Article 64 of the revised penal code rules for the application of penalties periods. So, number 1, no aggravating and no mitigating medium period. Number 2, only mitigating medium period. Number 3, only aggravating maximum period. Number 4, where there are aggravating and mitigating, that the court shall offset those of one class against the other according to their relative weight. Number 5, 2 or more mitigating and no aggravating penalty next lower to the period applicable according to the number and nature of such circumstances. Number 6, no penalty greater than the maximum period of the penalty prescribed by law shall be imposed no matter how many aggravating circumstances are present. Number 7, the court shall determine the extent of the penalty within the limits of each period according to the number and nature of the aggravating and mitigating circumstances and the greater or lesser extent of the evil produced by the crime. Next. So, next is Article 68 of the revised penal code, penalty to be imposed upon a person under 18 years of age. When the offender is a minor under 18 years and his case is one coming under the provision of the paragraph next to the last of Article 80 of this code, the following rules shall be observed. Number 1, upon a person under 15 but over 9 years of age who is not exempted from liability by reason of the court having declared that he act with discernment, a discretionary penalty shall be imposed but always lower by 2 degrees at least than that prescribed by law for the crime which he committed. Number 2, upon a person over 15 and under 18 years of age, the penalty next lower than that prescribed prescribed by law shall be imposed, but always in the proper period. Take note that Section 38 of RA number 9344, suspension of the sentence, shall still be applied even if the juvenile is already 18 years of age or more at the time of the pronouncement of his or her guilt.
Continuation of the discussion of boycott. If said child in conflict with the law as with 18 years of age under suspended sentence, if kuno ang bata is maka-reach 18 years old under suspended sentence, the court shall determine whether to discharge the child in accordance with RA 9344. So, bali ang korte maka-decide kung ano yung nila sa bata. May tatlo ang pwede nila yung to order execution of sentence or to extend the suspended sentence for a certain specified period or until the child reaches the maximum age of 21 years old. So, bali, naka-base niya sa Section 40 RA 9344. So, Article 69 of the RPC, penalty to be imposed when the crime committed is not fully excusable. So, bali, sa Article 69 naman niya, pwede siya maka-impose penalty if wala mo lang excusable reasons. Pero, a penalty lower by 1 or 2 degrees than the prescribed by law shall be imposed if the deed is not only excusable by reason of the lack of some of the conditions required to justify the same or to exempt from criminal liability in the several cases mentioned in Articles 11 and 12, provided that the majority of such conditions be present. So, bali, the courts shall impose the penalty in the period which may be deemed proper in view of the number and the nature of the conditions, exceptions, present or lacking. So, bali, ang court maka-decide kung pwede nila, kung ano nga parang nila mapalubog ang conditions if kung arap lang conditions kung wala. So, diri naman niya papalasa kung ano ang kinalain sa degrees of penalty from of penalty a degree is what entire penalty. So, bali ang penalty is one of the penalties enumerated in the graduated scales provided in Article 71 of the Revised Penal Code. So, bali ang degrees of penalty is whole penalty sa example niya is reclusion perpetua, reclusion temporal, reclusion mayor, etc. Standard listed sa Article 71. Ang period naman niya is may tatlo ka portion which is minimum, medium, and maximum of a divisible penalty. That's all.
So good afternoon, ma'am. As for my part of discussing the illustration on how to fix the indeterminate sentence. So first, to illustrate, note the following comparisons. So the crime, what is crime? It's an omission or mga crime na naimuti lang. The second is circumstances. When we say circumstances or some mga conditions or motive nila na imuha. And the last is the penalty prescribed or the punishment na applies in the crime na So number 1 is the homicide. In Article 249, it is punishable by reclusion temporal. So PI ay ang duration sa reclusion temporal. It is 12 years and 1 day to 12 years. Kung sa further naman niya, this reclusion perpetual, di ba? Number 2 is committed by a person 9 to 15 years old with discernment. When we say discernment, kawalang tagal-tanan, it is don't know what is right or wrong or may Bilang sa nimo, may buot ang bata. Sa Article 68 mandates that the penalty to this post should be 2 degrees lower than the penalty prescribed. When we say 2 degrees lower, ang sa mitigating circumstance na pagdalawa. Next is other ability for ability. Next. The next is the regular procedures for deriving the minimum and maximum term. When we say deriving, kung sa mga conditions na para ma-achieve mo nila or makuha. Number 1, penalty prescribed, decision temporal, proceeding at 12 years and 20 years. Number 2, for maximum term, ordinarily reclusion temporal will continue. However, given the privileged mitigating circumstances, the penalty 2 degrees lower is proportional. So, liwat may mitigating circumstance, 2 degrees lower naman. Number 3 is the observed results of the application. The penalty possible is within the maximum term of personal and the minimum term of personal.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm going to report about the scale and ranges of penalties from which to take a penalty lower or higher by 1 month. So, bali, report mo subong ang mga penalties na gina-impose sa isang offender sa ilang account ng The number 1 is that in view of the provision of death penalty under RA number 9346, it is no longer included in the scale of penalties under Article 71 of the Revised Penal Code, People versus Bond, GR number 166401, October 30, 2006. So, ang number 1 na penalty is that kaso ginkuha na nisa, why na nisa ginahatag ang death penalty because na ang pagpatay sa isa katao is hindi amo nga pag the way nga ihatag na sila para ihatagan na sila sa ilang ng pagpataw is hindi amo nang ginakonsider ini nga inhuman nga pagpatay sa ila. Number 2 is reclusion perpetua. Ang ranges, ang reclusion perpetua is 20 years in 1 day, that is the maximum of 40 years, and the minimum. And also, after serving 30 years, he may be pardoned. May possible na ang iyang penalty is maging lower. Number 3 is reclusion temporal, 12 years and 1 day to 20 years. And also, miyara naman ranges ang sa reclusion temporal. Miyara, minimum nga range ng 12 years and 1 day to 14 years and 8 months. A medium is 14 years and 8 months and 1 day, 17 years and 4 months. And the maximum is 17 years and 4 months and 1 day to 20 years. Bali, ginabase ang kapugaton sa imo sa iyatan sa imo nga penalty. And also, the prison major is 6 years and 1 day to 12 years. Mayara man ranges ang prison major. Ang minimum is 6 years and 1 day to 8 years. Ang medium is 8 years and 1 day to 10 years. Ang maximum is 10 years and 1 day to 12 years. So, sa prison correctional disquero is 6 months and 1 day to 6 years. Bali, ang correctional disquero is amo di siya ang just like the banishment niya is, for example, nga madakpan mong imong wife nga sexual intercourse sa iban is kag mapamatudan, kag napatay mo ang lalaki or ang imong wife is makakapa sa disquero. Ang minimum is 6 months and 1 day to 2 years and 4 months. The medium is 2 years, 4 months and 1 day to 4 years and 2 months. Maximum is 4 years, 2 months and 1 day to 6 years. And the number 6 is the arrest minor, 1 month and 1 day to 6 months. Ang ranges naman sa arrest minor is minimum is the 1 month and 1 day to 2 months. Medium is 2 months and 1 day to 4 months. The maximum is 4 months and 1 day to 6 months. And the number 7 is public censure. The public censure is parang do na sa mga pais-bais, bilakis nga miski wala nga prison, makukubran kanila sa amo ng public censure. And number 8 is fine. Amo naman niya ang inaano ko sa mga offender na magbayad sa ilang nga bayaran nila ang ilang sala.
Good afternoon, Miss. My report is applying the exception with respect in the minimum term. Number 1, penalty prescribed reclusion temporal. For maximum term, take the privilege mitigating circumstance into account, reclusion correctional. For minimum term, get the new penalty prescribed first by applying the privilege mitigating circumstance, reclusion correctional medium. Then get the penalty 1 degree lower from the new penalty prescribed as to mayor medium. The penalty usable is within the maximum term of reclusion correctional and the maximum term of arresto mayor medium. No. This solution is permitted because the law is predicated on ordinary mitigating and generic aggravating circumstances only. Why is there a need to specify the minimum and maximum periods of the indeterminate sentence? Specifying the minimum and maximum periods of an indeterminate sentence is crucial to prevent excessive deprivation of liberty and to promote the economic rehabilitation of the accused. This allows for possible early release on parole based on behavior and conduct, while ensuring that the total time served does not exceed the maximum term. Additionally, imposing an indeterminate sentence with defined minimum and maximum term is mandatory for all criminal offense under the law.
Good afternoon, Ma'am Canyo. Now I'm going to report about the distinction between parole under the indeterminate sentence law and pardon. So the difference between parole and pardon is that in parole, the minimum sentence must be served, while in pardon, service is not required for the grant thereof. So in other words, before ka magrantan sa parole, hindi mo na yung mag-serve sa minimum sentence, while in pardon, hindi na siya kinanglan. Parole is a benefit granted by law, specifically the indeterminate sentence law, while pardon is an exercise of the power of the President of the Republic of the Philippines. So, ang parole naman siya, ang may power ng mga grant siya is the law itself, while in pardon, nakadepende siya ang pag-grant siya sa President sa Philippines. Persons convicted of offenses punished with reclusion perpetua not eligible under Act Number 4103. The death penalty law, or RA Number 7659 and RA 8177, otherwise known as the Act Designating Death by Lethal Injection, were expressly repelled by RA Number 9346, an act prohibiting the death penalty. So, ang death penalty law sa Pilipinas, ang una na gina-impose is may bago nga lang mag-create para mag-contradict siya, para hindi na ma-imply ang death penalty sa Pilipinas. Section 3. Persons convicted of offenses punished with reclusion perpetua or whose sentence will be reduced to reclusion perpetua by reason of this act shall not be eligible for parole under Act 4103. So, ang sa una nga death penalty internable as reclusion perpetua or habang buhay na pagkakakulong. So, those who are being sentenced by reclusion perpetua are not eligible for parole under Act 4123. Section 4. The Board of Pardons and Parole shall cause the publication at least once a week for 3 consecutive weeks in a newspaper of general circulation of the names of the person convicted of offenses punished with reclusion perpetua or life imprisonment. By reason of this act, who are being considered or recommended for commutation of pardon, provided, however, that nothing herein shall limit the power of the President to grant executive clemency under Section 19, Article of the Constitution. Thank you, ma'am.